This audiobook reveals the forbidden knowledge of magnetic wealth, the sacred art of becoming a living magnet for prosperity. As you listen, you'll uncover the ancient secret that wealth isn't chased, it's drawn to you. Activate the hidden force within, and watch abundance flow into your life like never before. Magnetic Wealth. Introduction. Within these pages lies an ancient wisdom, guarded through centuries by those who understood its transformative power. The art of magnetic wealth, a sacred knowledge that transcends the mundane understanding of material abundance. You stand now at the threshold of revelation, preparing to receive what countless generations have sought, but few have found. Wealth, in its truest essence, is not a prize to be pursued, but a force to be drawn forth. Like the moon commanding the tides or a lodestone pulling iron from sand, true abundance responds to an inner magnetism that you already possess, though it may lie dormant within. The universe operates through precise and unchanging laws. Just as gravity holds the planets in their orbits, the law of magnetic wealth governs the flow of abundance. This universal principle reveals that your relationship with wealth is not determined by action alone, but by the subtle vibrations you emit into the cosmic field. You have been taught to chase, to grasp, to struggle for abundance. Yet these very actions push wealth further from your grasp. The ancient masters understood that wealth, like all universal forces, responds not to pursuit but to alignment. When you attune your inner being to the frequency of abundance, you become a natural conductor of prosperity. Within you resides a wealth magnet, an innate power to attract abundance that has remained hidden beneath layers of limiting beliefs. This dormant force awaits activation through the sacred principles contained in these pages. What you hold now is not merely a book, but a key to forbidden knowledge, the very same wisdom that has created merchants, princes, and noble treasuries throughout history. As you turn these pages, you will awaken this sleeping giant within, transforming yourself into a living magnet for prosperity in all its forms. This manuscript holds the power to revolutionize your relationship with abundance forever. Through these teachings, you will master the art of magnetic wealth attraction, allowing prosperity to flow to you as naturally as water flows downstream. Part 1. The Awakening of Wealth Consciousness. Chapter 1. The Hidden Law of Wealth Vibration. In the ancient city of Kashmira, there lived a merchant named Hamid, whose fortunes had dwindled to dust. His warehouses, once filled with silk and spices, stood empty. In his desperation, he sought the guidance of a sage who dwelt in a humble dwelling at the city's edge. "My wealth has abandoned me," Hamid lamented to the sage. The sage smiled gently. "Wealth cannot be lost, for it exists as a constant stream in the universe. You have merely stepped out of its flow. Tell me, when did you first notice your prosperity diminishing?" "When fear gripped my heart during the great drought," Hamid replied. "Ah," the sage nodded. "It was then that your inner vibration shifted from abundance to scarcity. Like a musical instrument that has fallen out of tune, you simply need to realign with wealth's eternal frequency." Through the sage's guidance, Hamid learned to quiet his fears and attune himself to the vibration of abundance. Within months, his warehouses filled once again, not through desperate action, but through magnetic attraction. This timeless truth reveals the hidden law of wealth vibration. Your relationship with abundance operates on an energetic level far deeper than mere action. Every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture emanates a frequency into the universe. This vibration either attracts or repels the natural flow of wealth. When your inner state resonates with abundance, you become a natural conductor of prosperity. Yet when fear, doubt, or unworthiness cloud your energy, they create static that disrupts this divine connection. Consider the tale of Ming, the fisherman of the Pearl River. Day after day, he cast his nets with increasing desperation, stirring the waters into muddy turmoil. His catch grew smaller with each attempt, until an elder fisherman shared a secret passed down through generations. First, be still and let the waters clear. Ming learned to wait in patience until the waters calmed. In that clarity, the fish were naturally drawn to his nets. His surrender to stillness yielded more abundance than all his frantic efforts combined. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow your breath to become slow and steady. Imagine a golden light of prosperity flowing through the universe, the eternal wealth frequency that permeates all existence. Feel this light entering through your crown, filling your entire being with its radiant abundance. Let your energy field harmonize with this frequency, like a tuning fork adjusting to perfect pitch. Remain in this state of receptive alignment for several minutes, knowing that you are attuning your personal vibration to the natural frequency of wealth. Practice this alignment daily, preferably at sunrise or sunset, when the veils between physical and spiritual realms are thinnest. Chapter 2. Shattering the Illusion of Scarcity. In a realm of endless bounty lived King Armin, whose orchards stretched beyond sight, bearing fruits of every kind imaginable. The trees never ceased their giving, producing sweet abundance through all seasons. Yet despite this infinite provision, Armin ordered his servants to gather and store every fruit that fell, filling countless storerooms until they overflowed. "We must prepare for the coming famine," he would insist, though no famine had ever touched his lands. Each morning, fresh fruit appeared on every branch, replacing what had been gathered. Still, Armin's fear grew alongside his hoarded wealth. His obsession with gathering and storing left him blind to the perfect cycle of abundance surrounding him. One day, as he inspected his rotting stockpiles, wisdom finally dawned. The land had never ceased its giving. It was his fear of scarcity that had created waste where abundance was meant to flow. You too live in a universe of infinite provision. Yet like King Armin, you may have been conditioned to see scarcity where abundance flows freely. This illusion of not enough is merely a veil cast by fear, obscuring the endless stream of prosperity that surrounds you. Look to nature. Does the sun hold back its light, fearing it might run out? Do the seasons withhold their eternal cycle? Does the ocean become less full with each wave that crashes upon the shore? The universe operates on principles of abundance, not scarcity. This truth is illuminated in the tale of Karim, a traveler crossing the vast desert. His water depleted, fear consumed him as he trudged through endless sand. "I will surely perish in this barren waste," he lamented, not realizing he had stopped directly above an ancient spring. In his panic, he missed the subtle signs of water beneath his feet. The slightly greener vegetation, the morning dew, the cooler sand. Only when he calmed his frightened mind did he notice these markers of abundance, leading him to the life-giving water just inches below the surface. Like Karim, you may be standing upon your own wellspring of abundance, while your belief in scarcity blinds you to its presence. The world overflows with prosperity. It awaits only your recognition. Take your journal and write 20 instances of abundance in your life. Begin with the obvious, the air you breathe, the sun that rises each morning, the beating of your heart. Then move to the less apparent, a kind word from a stranger, the wisdom gained from a challenge, the opportunity in a setback. As you document these proofs of abundance, feel your awareness expanding to recognize the infinite ways the universe provides for you. This practice dissolves the illusion of scarcity, attunes your vision to abundance, and aligns you with the natural flow of prosperity. Chapter 3. The Forbidden Knowledge of the Wealth Gate. In the ancient mountains of the East there lived a wanderer named Ramin, who searched endlessly for the legendary Gate of Fortune. Tales spoke of untold riches that awaited beyond its threshold, drawing seekers from distant lands. After years of searching, Ramin finally discovered the massive stone gate, its surface adorned with intricate symbols that seemed to pulse with otherworldly energy. Yet when he approached, he found no lock, no handle, no visible means of entry. For days, he attempted to solve its mystery, trying every physical method to breach the barrier. Exhausted and frustrated, he slumped against the cold stone. It was then that an aged mystic appeared, watching Ramin's struggles with knowing eyes. "The key you seek cannot be held in your hands," the mystic spoke. "The gate opens only to the unseen key of belief. The power of belief shapes your reality with an authority that surpasses all physical laws. Within you stands your own wealth gate, a portal to abundance that responds not to force or strategy, but to your unwavering faith in your worthiness to receive." This truth manifests in the tale of Maya, a young child whose grandmother promised her a precious gift. "Close your eyes and hold out your hands," the grandmother instructed. But Maya, filled with doubt, kept peeking and pulling her hands back, uncertain of what might come. Each time she did so, her grandmother withdrew the gift. Only when Maya finally trusted, keeping her eyes closed and her hands steady, did she receive the beautiful crystal pendant her grandmother had been trying to give her all along. Her trust became the key that unlocked her gift. Like Maya, you must cultivate absolute trust in your worthiness to receive. The universe stands ready to deliver abundance through your wealth gate, awaiting only your deep, unshakable belief that you deserve its gifts. Now find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize before you a magnificent golden gate, its surface gleaming with ancient symbols of abundance. Feel its energy resonating with your own. As you stand before it, acknowledge any doubts or unworthiness that have kept you from opening this gate before. Now let these dissolve as you affirm your divine right to prosperity. See yourself holding the unseen key of belief. Feel it warming in your hand as your conviction grows stronger. Watch as the gate begins to respond to your unwavering faith, its surface beginning to glow. As your certainty in your worthiness reaches its peak, visualize the gate slowly opening, releasing a flood of golden light that surrounds and fills you with the energy of abundance. Chapter 4. Your mind as the key to the vault of fortune. In the ancient city of wisdom, there lived a scholar named Thaddeus who devoted his life to uncovering the secrets of wealth. Tales whispered of a legendary vault containing endless riches, hidden somewhere within the city's sprawling library. Day after day, Thaddeus searched through countless scrolls and ancient texts, believing the vault's location lay encoded within their pages. Years passed as he examined every corner of the library, until one night, exhausted from his search, he fell into a deep meditation. In that moment of stillness, a truth dawned upon him. The vault he sought wasn't hidden in the physical world, but within the sacred temple of his own mind. Your mind holds the master key to all fortune. Like a vault that stores precious treasures, your consciousness safeguards the blueprint of your wealth. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, becomes the architect of your financial reality. The walls of this vault are built from your convictions, its locks forged from your expectations. Within this mental vault lie the seeds of every possibility, abundance or lack, wealth or poverty. Your thoughts are the golden coins that fill this treasury, multiplying or diminishing according to the patterns you maintain. In a distant village lived Ibrahim, a masterful blacksmith known throughout the land. Each day, he would heat his iron in the blazing forge, striking it repeatedly with his hammer until it took the shape he envisioned. Visitors often marveled at how he could transform crude metal into objects of beauty and purpose. The secret, Ibrahim would say, lies not in the strength of the blow, but in the clarity of the vision and the persistence of the shaping. Just as Ibrahim shaped his iron with purposeful strikes, you must shape your thoughts with conscious intention. Take now your journal and inscribe within it 10 beliefs that have limited your connection to wealth. These are the rusty locks that have sealed your vault of fortune. Next to each, forge a new truth, one that will serve as a golden key to unlock your prosperity. Where you once wrote, "Money is hard to come by," now inscribe, "Wealth flows easily into my life." Where "I never have enough" once stood, write, "I am a magnet for abundance." Transform, "Rich people are different from me," into, "I am worthy of great wealth." Let each new truth be a hammer strike, reshaping the metal of your mind until it gleams with the brilliance of possibility. For in this sacred act of transformation, you begin to unlock the infinite treasures that have always existed within your mental vault. Chapter 5. Feeling is the magnet of wealth. In the sun-drenched hills of an ancient village lived Marcus, an artist whose works captured the very essence of life itself. While other painters sought the finest pigments and brushes, Marcus would sit in silence before his canvas, eyes closed, feeling the colors within his heart. Only when the sensation grew so strong that it seemed to pulse through his veins would he lift his brush to paint. Those who witnessed his process often questioned his methods, but none could deny the power of his finished works. Each painting seemed to radiate the very emotion that inspired it, touching viewers in ways that more technically perfect pieces could not achieve. The secret of manifestation lies not in the thoughts you think, but in the feelings you cultivate. Your emotions are the sacred flame that ignites the law of attraction, transforming mere wishes into magnetic forces that draw wealth toward you. When you understand this truth, you grasp the very essence of abundance creation. Your feelings are the hidden frequency that broadcasts your desires to the universe. Think of them as invisible threads that weave the tapestry of your reality. When you feel wealthy, truly feel it in every cell of your being, you activate a magnetic force far more powerful than any mental assertion. In the bustling marketplace of Isfahan, there lived a beggar named Karim, who spent his days asking for coins. One morning, inspired by a dream, he decided to imagine himself as a king. He straightened his posture, walked with dignity, and allowed himself to feel the nobility he imagined. Though his clothes remained tattered, something in his bearing changed. People began to notice. Where before they had hurried past, now they paused. They saw not his outer poverty, but the inner richness he projected. Soon, gifts began to flow. Not just coins, but opportunities, kindnesses, and eventually, true prosperity. To activate your own wealth magnet, find a quiet space each day where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and allow yourself to feel the sensation of having received a substantial sum of money. Experience the lightness in your chest, the smile that naturally forms on your lips, the relaxation in your shoulders as all financial worry dissolves. Feel the freedom, the security, the joy of abundance flowing through you like a golden light. Let this feeling permeate every cell of your body for 5 full minutes, allowing it to radiate from your core to your fingertips. Notice how your breath becomes deeper, more peaceful, as you embrace this state of perfect prosperity. This is not mere imagination. It is the activation of your wealth frequency, broadcasting your alignment with abundance to the universe. Like a beacon calling to its matching vibration, your energy now resonates with the infinite flow of universal prosperity.
Chapter 6. The Wealth Mirror.
In a small village nestled among ancient hills, there lived a mirror maker named Ibrahim, who crafted mirrors of exceptional beauty. Yet, as his skill grew, he noticed something peculiar. Each mirror he created began to show subtle distortions. Some made wealthy merchants appear poor, while others made the poor appear wealthy. Try as he might, Ibrahim could not create a mirror that showed true reflections. One day, a wise woman visited his shop and revealed the truth. The distortions in his mirrors stemmed not from his craftsmanship, but from his own distorted view of himself. Only when Ibrahim learned to see himself clearly did his mirrors begin to reflect true images. Your outer world mirrors your inner reality with perfect precision. The wealth you see, or do not see, in your life reflects the beliefs you hold within. Like Ibrahim's mirrors, your financial circumstances show you exactly what you believe about yourself and your relationship with abundance. When you look at your bank account, you witness not just numbers, but the sum total of your thoughts about money. When you examine your income, you see not just earnings, but the reflection of your sense of worth. Every financial situation you encounter serves as a mirror, showing you the beliefs you hold in your depths. In the vast expanse of the desert, a merchant named Talib journeyed toward what appeared to be a gleaming city on the horizon. Hour after hour he walked, yet the city remained ever distant. Exhausted and nearly without hope, he met a desert guide who explained that what he saw was merely a mirage, a false horizon created by heat and light. Like Talib's mirage, your perception of financial lack may be an illusion created by distorted beliefs, a shimmering deception born from the heat of your fears and doubts. The limitation you see on the horizon is not your destination, but a reflection of your inner landscape, a projection of thoughts that have taken shape in your mind's eye. Just as the desert guide showed Talib the truth behind the false city, you too must learn to distinguish between what appears to be and what truly is. Take time now to examine your financial reality as though looking into a mirror. Write down what your current circumstances might reflect about your inner beliefs. Do you see patterns of scarcity? What thoughts about money might have created these reflections? Next, write the beliefs you wish to see mirrored back to you. For as the mirror maker learned, when you change your inner vision, your outer reflection must follow. Chapter 7. The Money Myths You Must Destroy. In a valley sheltered by towering mountains lay the town of Silverton, where for generations the people lived under what they called the curse of gold. They believed that any who accumulated wealth would suffer misfortune. When merchants prospered, townspeople whispered of impending doom. When farmers had abundant harvests, they quickly traded their surplus for less valuable goods, fearing the curse's wrath. Year after year, Silverton remained poor, not because of any real curse, but because of a belief that had woven itself into the fabric of their society. The curse existed only in their minds, yet it shaped their reality as surely as the mountains shaped their valley. The myths you carry about money hold the same power over your life. These beliefs, passed down through generations, whisper in your ear that money is the root of evil, that wealth corrupts, or that you must struggle to succeed. Like invisible chains, these myths bind you to patterns of lack, restricting the natural flow of abundance. Yet these beliefs are as imaginary as Silverton's curse. They persist not through truth, but through the power of collective acceptance and unconscious repetition. In a distant kingdom lived a young boy named Malik, who believed monsters lurked in every shadow. Each night he would see their shapes in the darkness, hear their movements in the silence. His fear was so real that he refused to leave his room after sunset, limiting his entire world to the space he deemed safe. One day, his grandmother gave him a crystal that she said would reveal truth from illusion. When Malik finally gathered the courage to look at the shadows through the crystal, he saw only what truly existed. Branches swaying in the wind, curtains moving in the breeze. The monsters had never been real. Your money myths are like Malik's monsters, imaginary barriers created by misunderstanding and fear. Through the crystal of awareness, you can see these myths for what they are. Stories that have no power except what you give them. Take a moment now to uncover the money myths that have shaped your reality. Write down 3 beliefs about wealth that you inherited in childhood. Perhaps you learned that money doesn't grow on trees, or that rich people are unhappy. For each myth, create an affirmation that speaks a new truth. Money flows abundantly into my life through multiple channels, or wealth allows me to spread joy and create positive change. Through this practice, you begin to dismantle the invisible walls that have contained your prosperity. Like Malik seeing through his crystal, you too can perceive the truth. The only real limits to your wealth are the ones you choose to believe in. As you examine each belief with the clear eyes of awareness, you'll notice how these self-imposed boundaries begin to dissolve, revealing the infinite possibilities that have always existed. The universe, in its boundless abundance, has never placed restrictions on your wealth. It simply awaits your recognition of this eternal truth. Chapter 8. The Role of Gratitude in Wealth Creation. In a land of rolling hills lived Ibrahim, a treasure hunter whose days were spent searching for buried gold. Each morning he would set out with his tools, passing by abundant fruit trees and rich soil that provided his daily sustenance. Yet in his relentless pursuit of hidden riches, he never once stopped to thank the earth that fed him. Year after year, Ibrahim grew poor despite his endless searching. The fruits from the trees became less sweet, the soil less fertile. One night, an ancient voice spoke to him in his dreams. You seek treasure in the ground while ignoring the bounty that sustains you. Your ingratitude has created a barrier between you and true wealth. The universal law of gratitude operates with unwavering precision. When you acknowledge what flows into your life, you open the channels for more to arrive. Your appreciation acts as a magnetic force, drawing greater abundance toward you. Each thank you uttered with sincerity becomes a seed of future prosperity. Many seek wealth while overlooking the abundance already present in their lives. A warm bed, clean water, the air you breathe. These are treasures beyond measure. When you shift your attention to what you have rather than what you lack, you align with the natural flow of abundance. In a distant garden lived Marcus, a wise cultivator known for growing the most bountiful crops in the region. While other farmers used ordinary water, Marcus had a special practice. Each morning, he would fill his watering can and speak words of gratitude over it. Thank you for the gift of growth, for the miracle of abundance, for the blessing of harvest. His neighbors thought him peculiar, but they couldn't deny the results. Marcus's plants grew stronger, produced more fruit, and remained vibrant even in harsh conditions. The gratitude water, as he called it, seemed to carry a special power that nourished not just the plants but the very soil itself. To activate your own gratitude magnet, begin a practice passed down through generations of prosperity masters. Create what is known as a gratitude ledger. Each day for 7 days, record 10 specific financial blessings in your life. These might be as simple as having coins in your pocket or as significant as receiving an unexpected gift. Write with genuine feeling, allowing each entry to fill you with appreciation. Let your heart expand with thankfulness as you acknowledge these blessings, savoring the warmth of recognition for all that flows into your life. Feel the vibration of sincere gratitude resonate through your being as you record each blessing, knowing that what you focus on grows stronger. This ancient practice awakens the magnetic power of gratitude, drawing more abundance into your experience, for the universe responds in kind to those who recognize its gifts with an open and appreciative heart. Chapter 9. Clearing Emotional Blocks to Financial Flow. In a valley nestled between ancient mountains stood a mighty dam, its weathered walls holding back the rushing waters that yearned to flow freely. The villagers below had built this barrier generations ago, fearing floods would destroy their homes. Yet as the years passed, their once fertile lands grew barren, starved of the life-giving waters that nature intended to flow. One day, a wise woman visited the village and spoke of the river's wisdom. "The waters you fear carry not destruction, but abundance," she said. "Your fear has created a barrier that blocks nature's gifts. When you resist the natural flow of abundance, you create emotional dams within your being. These barriers, built from past hurts, shame about money, or fear of wealth, block the universal current of prosperity from reaching you. Just as a river seeks its natural course, abundance seeks to flow into your life. Yet your unresolved emotions become the stones and mortar that construct these invisible barriers. Each painful memory about money, each moment of lack you've experienced, builds another layer of resistance. Perhaps you witnessed your parents struggle with finances, or experienced betrayal in business dealings. These wounds become the foundation of your emotional dam, blocking the pure stream of abundance that wishes to reach you. In a distant land lived Akash, a master potter whose vessels were sought by merchants far and wide. One day a young apprentice noticed Akash discarding perfectly good clay. "Master," the apprentice asked, "why do you throw away usable clay?" Akash smiled gently. "This clay holds the memory of old shapes. To create something new, we must first release what has been before. A vessel cannot take a new form while holding on to its past. To dissolve these emotional barriers, you must engage in the ancient practice of release. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Take your journal and write down every unresolved emotion you carry about wealth. Each fear, each regret, each moment of shame, let them flow onto the page without judgment. Now close your eyes and visualize a crystal clear river. See your written emotions as stones resting in the riverbed, blocking the water's natural flow. Take each stone in your mind's eye, acknowledge the emotion it represents, and gently release it into the current. Watch as the water carries it away, smoothing its rough edges, transforming it into part of the river's journey. Feel the relief as each emotional weight is lifted, as each stone is carried downstream. Notice how the water flows more freely with each release, just as abundance flows more easily into your life when you release your emotional blocks. Continue this practice until you feel a lightness in your being, until you sense the dam within you beginning to dissolve, allowing prosperity to flow naturally into your life once more. Chapter 10. Awakening the Wealth Magnet Within. In the heart of towering mountains, a miner named Ibrahim toiled day after day, following maps and charts that led only to empty stone. His tools grew worn, his spirit weary, until one night as he sat beside his campfire, he felt a strange stirring in his chest, a pull toward an unmarked cavern that all other miners had overlooked. "This makes no sense," he whispered to himself. Yet the feeling persisted, growing stronger with each passing moment. Setting aside his maps, Ibrahim followed this mysterious inner guidance. Deep within the overlooked cavern, he discovered the richest gold vein ever found in those ancient mountains. Within you lies a similar force, a magnetic compass that points unerringly toward prosperity. This inner wealth magnet exists in every soul, though most have forgotten its presence. Like Ibrahim's inner knowing, your wealth magnet speaks through subtle feelings, quiet nudges, and moments of unexpected clarity. You need not search outside yourself for guidance to abundance. The universe has placed within you an infallible system that, when awakened, draws wealth toward you as naturally as a flower turns toward the sun. This inner compass operates beyond logic, beyond the limited understanding of the conscious mind. In the lands of old there lived a knight named Marcus, who carried maps marking every treasure in the kingdom. Yet despite his detailed charts, each quest led only to empty coffers and forgotten ruins. One evening, while resting in an ancient temple, he discovered a peculiar compass beneath a loose stone. Unlike ordinary compasses that pointed north, this one seemed to respond to his heart's rhythm. When Marcus finally trusted this mysterious instrument, it led him not to the marked treasures on his maps, but to opportunities far greater than he had imagined. The compass guided him to alliances with wealthy merchants, to hidden trading routes, and eventually to prosperity beyond his wildest dreams. Your journey to abundance requires similar trust in your inner guidance. Like Marcus's magical compass, your wealth magnet responds not to external directions, but to the rhythm of your own truth. Find a peaceful space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to settle into your heart center. Visualize a golden compass materializing within your chest, its needle pulsing with warm golden light. Feel its gentle movement as it aligns with your highest financial good. Watch as the compass begins to glow brighter, its light spreading throughout your body. With each breath, sense its magnetic pull growing stronger, drawing opportunities for abundance toward you. Spend several minutes in this state, allowing your inner compass to attune to the frequency of wealth. As you open your eyes, carry the awareness of this golden compass with you. Throughout your day, pause and check its guidance, especially when making financial decisions. Trust the subtle pulls and gentle nudges it provides, for they are your direct line to universal abundance. Part 2. The Mastery of Magnetic Attraction. Chapter 11. The Language of Wealth. In a village nestled among ancient hills, there lived an oracle named Amara, whose every utterance shaped the fabric of reality. The villagers noticed that when she spoke of abundance, their crops flourished. When she whispered of rain, the clouds gathered. Yet her true power lay not in mystical abilities, but in understanding the sacred law that your words weave the tapestry of your existence. Words are not mere sounds floating in the air. They are spiritual commands that echo through the universe, molding your financial reality with unwavering precision. Each syllable you speak sends ripples through the cosmic fabric, attracting or repelling wealth according to their vibration. When you say, "I can't afford it," you command the universe to maintain your state of lack. When you declare, "Money always slips through my fingers," you weave a reality where wealth cannot stay. These are not simple phrases, they are incantations that program your destiny. The language of abundance speaks in certainty, not hope. It declares, "I am wealthy," rather than "I want to be wealthy." It proclaims, "Money flows to me easily," instead of "I wish money would come to me." The universe responds not to your wishes, but to your declarations. In an ancient kingdom, a royal scribe named Hassan worked diligently copying tax records. One evening, weary from his labors, he accidentally wrote gold instead of grain in the kingdom's inventory. The next morning, merchants arrived bearing unexpected gifts of gold to the treasury. Hassan's simple mistake revealed the hidden power of the written word to shape reality. Your words carry this same creative force. Each time you speak of money, you either strengthen or weaken your magnetic connection to wealth. The universe does not judge your words as true or false. It simply manifests what you declare with conviction. Practice. The 7-Day Language Journal. Take a small notebook and carry it with you for 7 days. Each time you speak about money or wealth, record your words exactly as you say them. Pay special attention to casual phrases like, "I'm broke," or "I can't afford that." At the end of each day, review your notes. Next to each scarcity-based statement, write a new declaration aligned with abundance. Transform "I never have enough" into "I am a magnet for unlimited wealth." Replace "that's too expensive" with "I attract all resources needed for my desires." This illuminating practice will reveal how often you unknowingly command scarcity into your life through casual, everyday speech, and empower you to speak the sacred language of abundance instead. As you become aware of these limiting patterns, you will naturally begin to align your words with the infinite prosperity that surrounds you, transforming not just your speech, but your entire relationship with wealth and abundance. Chapter 12. The Secret Power of Visualization for Wealth. In a distant mountain village lived Marcus, a sculptor whose eyes had never known light. Yet his hands created works of such beauty that people journeyed from far lands to witness his artistry. When asked how he could carve such perfection without sight, Marcus would smile and say, "I see not with my eyes, but with my mind's eye. Before my chisel touches stone, the statue already exists in perfect detail within me." Your mind holds this same creative power. Within the quantum field of infinite possibility, your focused visualization acts as a magnetic force, drawing your desires from the realm of potential into physical manifestation. When you create vivid mental images of wealth, you activate universal forces that begin arranging circumstances to match your inner vision. The key lies not in casual daydreaming, but in deliberate, detailed visualization that engages all your senses. Feel the weight of wealth in your hands. Smell the crisp scent of new currency. Hear the sound of abundance flowing into your life. Let your emotions surge with the joy and gratitude of receiving. This sensory-rich mental rehearsal creates a blueprint that the universe must fulfill. In the ancient city of Ur, there lived a young man named Tarek, who spent each night dreaming of a magnificent golden palace. In his mind, he walked its halls, touched its gleaming walls, and breathed in the sweet fragrance of its gardens. Others mocked his nightly ritual, until the day merchants arrived seeking land for a grand palace, one that matched Tarek's vision in every detail. His consistent mental picture had drawn its physical counterpart into being. Like Tarek, you must make your visualization a daily practice. The mind responds to repetition, strengthening the magnetic pull of your desires with each detailed rehearsal. Your visualization becomes a spiritual mold into which universal energy flows, taking the shape of your imagined wealth. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now imagine receiving a substantial sum of money. See the exact amount clearly. Notice the texture of the currency in your hands, the sound it makes as you count it. Feel your heart swelling with joy and gratitude. Imagine walking into your bank, the weight of the money in your hands. Hear the teller greeting you. Feel yourself placing the money on the counter. See the deposit slip with the exact amount written upon it. Experience the surge of emotion as your account balance grows. Let this scene play out in rich detail for 5 minutes, engaging all your senses. Make this practice your daily ritual, preferably at the same time each day. Your consistent visualization will create an energetic template that draws your imagined wealth into physical form. Chapter 13, The Wealth Signal. In the mist-shrouded cliffs of a distant shore stood a lighthouse where Nathaniel kept his eternal vigil. Night after night he polished his beacon's lens until it gleamed like a star, knowing that even the slightest smudge could dim its power to guide ships safely home. One stormy evening, as waves crashed against the rocks below, Nathaniel noticed his light growing faint. Ships in the distance began to drift dangerously close to the jagged shore. With unwavering focus, he cleaned and adjusted his beacon until its beam cut through the darkness with crystal clarity, drawing the vessels back to safe waters. Just as Nathaniel's lighthouse needed absolute clarity to guide ships home, your desires must shine with unmistakable brightness to draw wealth to your shore. The universe responds not to confused signals or wavering wishes, but to clear, unwavering intention. When your desire for wealth radiates with perfect clarity, free from the static of doubt or fear, the universe aligns circumstances to manifest your vision. Many seekers of abundance send mixed signals to the universal field. They declare their desire for wealth while harboring fears of lack. They affirm abundance while clutching tightly to scarcity mindsets. Like a radio broadcasting on multiple frequencies, these conflicting signals create interference that blocks the flow of prosperity. In the ancient kingdom of Petra, a messenger named Ibrahim carried maps to distant lands. One day, he received a map drawn in faint charcoal, its paths barely visible. Lost and confused, he wandered aimlessly until he found an inkwell. As he carefully redrew each path in bold, permanent strokes, the way forward became crystal clear. That night, he reached his destination with ease. Your desires must be as clearly drawn as Ibrahim's inked map. The universe requires precise coordinates to deliver your wealth. Vague wishes like more money or better finances create unclear pathways. Instead, your desire must be specific, detailed, and unwavering. Take a fresh piece of paper and pen. In clear, specific terms, write your declaration of wealth. State the exact amount you desire to receive, the timeline you envision, and how this wealth will flow to you. Begin with the words, "I now receive," and write in the present tense, as if already manifesting. Read your declaration aloud each morning upon waking and each evening before sleep. Let your voice carry the certainty of one who knows their desire is already fulfilled. Continue this practice for 7 days without wavering. This declaration becomes your lighthouse beam, cutting through the fog of uncertainty with unwavering clarity, guiding wealth directly to your shore. Chapter 14, Money as Energy. In the quiet village of Pearl Bay lived a fisherman named Kai, who struggled daily with empty nets. Each morning, he would thrash violently through the waters, desperately casting his net wherever he spotted movement. Yet the more frantically he pursued the fish, the more they eluded him. One day, exhausted and defeated, Kai noticed an elder watching from the shore. "The fish follow the currents," the elder said softly. "Your net matters less than understanding the flow of water. When you view money as something to chase or capture, you create resistance in its natural flow. Like Kai's thrashing that scattered the fish, your desperate pursuit of wealth often pushes it further from your grasp. Money, in its truest essence, is not solid matter, but pure energy, a current that flows through the universe like water through a stream. This ancient truth reveals why some seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly to acquire it. Those who understand money's energetic nature know it responds not to force, but to alignment. When you shift your perception of money from something to grab to something to flow with, you transform your entire relationship with abundance. In the bustling markets of Damascus, there lived a merchant named Hassan, who spent his days chasing copper coins that seemed to roll away faster than he could pursue them. The more desperately he ran after them, the more they appeared to flee from his grasp. One day, he watched a wealthy trader sitting calmly at his stall as customers naturally gravitated toward him, their coins flowing freely into his hands. Like Hassan's rolling coins, money responds to your energy. When you chase it with desperation, it continues to elude you. But when you cultivate a peaceful, loving relationship with it, it naturally flows toward you. Take a fresh piece of parchment and write a letter to money as though addressing a dear friend. Pour out your true feelings, your fears, resentments, and gratitude. Begin with, "Dear Money," and express everything you've held back. Then transform any negative emotions into understanding and appreciation. Close your letter by expressing your openness to a new, harmonious relationship with the flow of abundance. This sacred practice opens channels of abundance that may have been blocked by years of misunderstanding, fear, and unconscious resistance. Through this heartfelt letter, you establish a new energetic connection with the eternal current of wealth that surrounds you, flowing like an infinite river through the universe. Just as you would mend a relationship with a dear friend, this simple yet profound act of communication helps dissolve the barriers between you and the natural state of prosperity that is your divine birthright. Chapter 15. Symbols of Wealth and Their Hidden Influence. In the misty peaks of an ancient mountain range, a mystic wanderer named Arjun discovered a weathered temple hidden behind thick vines. As moonlight filtered through cracks in the stone ceiling, his eyes fell upon an intricate symbol carved into the wall, a perfect spiral surrounded by 3 concentric circles. The moment his fingers traced its pattern, the temple walls seemed to hum with energy, revealing a chamber filled with golden treasures. The symbols that surround you hold power far beyond their visible form. Throughout the ages, sacred geometries have served as keys to unlock the flow of universal abundance. These patterns speak directly to your subconscious mind, activating dormant channels of prosperity within you. The spiral, ancient symbol of infinite expansion, draws wealth energy into your life with increasing momentum. The circle represents wholeness and completion, attracting fullness in all forms. The triangle, pointing upward, lifts your vibration toward higher planes of abundance. These are not mere shapes. They are energetic codes that the universe responds to with precise mathematical certainty. Your environment constantly communicates with your wealth consciousness. By purposefully placing these sacred symbols in your space, you create an invisible matrix that magnetizes prosperity. The walls of every ancient temple of abundance were adorned with these precise patterns, creating vortexes of wealth energy that still pulse with power today. In a small village lived a young boy named Ibrahim, who received a copper medallion from his grandmother. Etched upon it was a 6-pointed star surrounded by flowing waves. Though the medallion held no material value, Ibrahim wore it close to his heart. Soon he noticed small blessings appearing in his life. A merchant gifting him extra dates, finding lost coins in the street, opportunities arising from unexpected places. The symbol had awakened his natural connection to abundance. The universe speaks in symbols, and your consciousness naturally responds to these sacred languages. When you surround yourself with prosperity symbols, you tune your energy to the frequency of wealth. Take a clean sheet of paper and draw one of these sacred symbols: the spiral of expansion, the circle of completion, or the upward-pointing triangle of elevation. As you draw, infuse the symbol with your intention for abundance. Place this symbol in your wallet or purse, allowing its energy to radiate through your financial life. Let it serve as a constant reminder of your connection to the infinite flow of universal wealth. Chapter 16. The Path of Least Resistance. In the lush valleys of an ancient land, a mighty river flowed through the countryside. When it encountered boulders, it never fought against them. It simply curved around, finding the gentlest path forward. A wise woman named May observed this river daily, noting how it reached its destination with grace rather than force. You possess within you this same natural wisdom. The universe operates through the principle of least resistance, yet so many struggle against the current of abundance, believing wealth must be fought for and won through battle. This belief itself creates the very resistance that blocks your natural flow of prosperity. When you release the need to control every aspect of your financial life, you align with the supreme law of effortless attraction. Just as water naturally flows downhill, wealth naturally flows toward those who remain open and receptive. Your only task is to remove the obstacles you've placed in its path. These obstacles take many forms: anxiety about money, constant worry about the future, desperate attempts to force outcomes, and the belief that wealth must be earned through struggle. Each of these creates resistance in your energy field, blocking the natural flow of abundance. In a distant mountain village lived a sculptor named Ravi, who spent years forcing his will upon stone, creating rigid, lifeless forms. One day, exhausted from his efforts, he simply sat with a piece of marble and asked it to reveal its secrets. As he worked with gentle attention, following the natural lines and patterns within the stone, a masterpiece emerged effortlessly. The statue seemed to create itself through his surrendered hands. This truth applies to your relationship with wealth. When you cease forcing and controlling, when you trust in the natural flow of abundance, you discover that wealth has always been trying to reach you. Your resistance, not the universe's withholding, has been the only obstacle. Sit quietly with paper and pen. Write down 3 areas of your financial life where you feel struggle or strain. Perhaps it's checking your bank balance with anxiety, pushing hard for promotions, or worrying about retirement. For each area, write a simple statement of release. I release my struggle with financial situation and trust in the natural flow of abundance. Then create a simple plan for each area that involves stepping back and allowing rather than forcing. For example, instead of anxiously checking your accounts multiple times daily, choose to review them weekly with calm acceptance. Instead of pushing aggressively for advancement, focus on expressing your natural talents and trust that opportunities will arise. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing yourself as that peaceful river, flowing effortlessly around obstacles, knowing you will reach your destination with grace. Feel the ease of allowing wealth to flow naturally into your life. Chapter 17. The Ritual of Receiving. In the fertile valleys of the East, a farmer named Ibrahim diligently sowed his seeds each spring. His dedication to planting was admirable. He selected the finest seeds, studied the seasons, and tended his crops with unwavering care. Yet when harvest time arrived, he found himself overwhelmed, his precious crops spoiling because he had never prepared a place to store them. You must understand this vital truth. The universe responds not only to your requests, but to your readiness to receive. When you send forth your desires for abundance, You initiate a sacred cycle of manifestation, yet many fail to complete this cycle because they have not prepared a vessel to receive their blessings. Think of your life as a vessel for wealth. Just as water can only fill an empty cup, abundance can only flow into the spaces you have cleared for it. When your mind is cluttered with worry, your home filled with disorder, and your financial systems in disarray, you create resistance to the very wealth you seek to attract. The ancient masters knew this law well. They taught that preparation for receiving was as crucial as the asking itself. Before making offerings at their temples, they would first cleanse their spaces and themselves, knowing that blessings require a purified vessel. In a coastal village lived a sailor named Hassan who prayed daily for rain to fill his water stores. The heavens heard his prayers and sent forth abundant rains, but Hassan had forgotten to set out his barrels to catch the precious water. As he watched the rain flow uselessly into the sea, he learned that readiness must accompany request. This wisdom applies directly to your journey of wealth attraction. You have learned to ask, to believe, and to align your energy with abundance. Now you must prepare your life to receive what you have requested. Practice the ritual of readiness. Begin by clearing your wallet or purse of old receipts, expired cards, and unnecessary items. Organize your remaining cards and money with respect, arranging them neatly. This physical act signals to the universe your readiness to receive more. Next, move through your workspace, removing items that no longer serve you. Clear your desk of clutter, organize your files, and create a space that feels open to receiving abundance. Finally, walk through your home with the intention of making space for prosperity. Remove objects that represent past financial struggles or remind you of scarcity. Create one special area, perhaps a corner of your bedroom or a shelf in your office, designated specifically to welcome new abundance. As you complete each step, speak these words with quiet conviction and deep intention. I now prepare this space to receive the abundance that flows to me. Let your voice carry the power of your belief, allowing each syllable to resonate through the room like gentle ripples across still water. Feel the vibration of these sacred words as they transform the energy around you, creating an invisible bridge between your present reality and the prosperity that awaits. Chapter 18. Overcoming the Fear of Wealth. In the mist-shrouded forests of the north, a knight named Roland patrolled the ancient walls each night. His armor gleamed in the torchlight as he kept his vigilant watch, sword drawn against the fearsome dragons he believed lurked in the shadows. Night after night he fought these terrible beasts, their massive forms dancing on the stone walls before him, until one evening, weary from battle, he extinguished his torch, and in that moment of darkness the dragons vanished. When he relit his flame, he saw at last that his dreaded foes were merely shadows cast by branches in the firelight. You too stand guard against imagined dangers, wielding your fears like a sword against the very abundance that seeks to bless you. These wealth dragons, the fears that make you retreat from prosperity, are nothing more than shadows cast by your mind's torchlight. The universe operates through love, not fear. Yet many souls resist their destined abundance because they fear the changes wealth might bring. They fear success will alter their relationships, that prosperity will corrupt their spirit, or that abundance will bring unwanted attention. These fears act as invisible barriers, blocking the natural flow of wealth into their lives. In a distant valley lay a village where none dared drink from an ancient well, believing it cursed by dark spirits. For generations they suffered thirst while fresh water flowed beneath their feet. Until one day a young woman named Maya, tired of carrying water from distant streams, approached the well. Despite the warnings and gasps of her neighbors, she lowered her bucket and drank deeply. Instead of curse, she found blessing. The water was sweet and pure, filled with minerals that brought health and vitality. Soon the entire village drank freely, their fear-based beliefs dissolved by Maya's courage. Your fears about wealth are like that village's curse, imaginary barriers preventing you from drinking from the well of abundance. Each time you step back from opportunity, each time you diminish your worth, each time you question your deservingness, you give power to these shadow dragons. The Fear Reframe Ritual. Take 3 pieces of paper. On each, write down a specific fear you hold about wealth. Perhaps you fear losing friends if you become successful, worry that wealth will change your values, or dread the responsibility that comes with abundance. Beneath each fear, draw a line. Under that line, write its opposite truth. I fear wealth will corrupt me becomes, wealth allows me to express my highest values through greater service. I fear success will bring unwanted attention, transforms to, I attract positive attention that expands my ability to help others. I fear the responsibility of wealth shifts to, I welcome the opportunity to be a wise steward of abundance. Chapter 19. Trusting the Unseen Forces of Wealth. In the depths of an ancient forest where shadows danced between towering trees, a traveler named Aldrich found himself hopelessly lost. As night descended and fear crept into his heart, he noticed something extraordinary. A gentle warmth drawing him forward like an invisible hand upon his shoulder. Though he could not see the path ahead, this unseen presence guided him step by step until he emerged into a moonlit clearing where a chest of gold awaited. You stand now at a similar crossroads where the path to abundance seems hidden in shadow. Yet the same invisible forces that guided Aldrich through the darkness stand ready to lead you toward your destined wealth. Trust forms the foundation of all manifestation. Just as water must flow through unseen pipes before reaching your cup, wealth travels through invisible channels before materializing in your life. These channels, divine timing, universal law, and sacred order, operate whether you perceive them or not. Your logical mind seeks to map every step of the journey to wealth. It demands guarantees, timelines, and concrete plans. But true abundance follows a higher order, one that transcends human understanding. When you release your need to control the process and surrender to these unseen forces, wealth flows naturally into your experience. In a distant village lived a young girl named Lily who heard music no one else could hear, a melody that seemed to dance on the wind itself. While others dismissed her imaginary song, she followed its notes through meadow and dale, over hill and stream. Her trust in this unseen guidance led her to a forgotten garden where precious gems lay scattered like morning dew among the flowers. Like Lily's song, your intuition whispers the way to wealth. These subtle promptings, these gentle nudges, these moments of knowing, they are the language of the universe, guiding you toward abundance. Trust them even when others cannot hear the melody you follow. Silent Trust Meditation. Find a quiet space as dawn breaks across the sky. Sit in stillness, allowing your breath to settle into a natural rhythm. Close your eyes and feel the vast network of unseen forces that surround you. The same forces that keep planets in orbit and transform seeds into forests. For 10 minutes, repeat silently, I trust the unseen forces of wealth. Let each repetition sink deeper into your consciousness, dissolving doubt and resistance like morning mist under the rising sun. Feel yourself surrendering to the perfect orchestration of abundance in your life, knowing that just as rivers flow naturally to the sea, wealth flows effortlessly to those who align with its divine currents. Allow your entire being to resonate with this truth, letting go of the need to control or question the universe's infinite wisdom. Chapter 20. Your wealth is already here. In the ancient kingdom of Eldara, there lived a king named Thaddeus who spent his days searching for a legendary crown said to bestow infinite wisdom upon its wearer. He journeyed across deserts, scaled mountains, and sailed treacherous seas. For years he neglected his kingdom in pursuit of this mystical treasure, until one day, while gazing at his reflection in a stream, he saw that the crown he sought had been upon his head all along. You, like Thaddeus, may be searching far and wide for wealth that already exists within your sphere. The universe has already blessed you with abundance in countless forms, yet your eyes remain fixed on distant horizons, seeking what already lies within your grasp. Wealth manifests in many forms beyond mere gold and silver. It flows through the bonds you share with loved ones, pulses through your beating heart, and shines through your talents and abilities. These treasures, often overlooked, form the foundation of all material abundance. When you recognize the wealth already present in your life, you align with the frequency of abundance. This alignment naturally draws more wealth toward you, for the universe responds to gratitude with greater gifts. Your relationships, your health, your skills, these are not separate from financial abundance, but are its very seeds. In the depths of the Azure Sea lived a pearl diver named Marcus. Day after day, he dove into dangerous waters, searching for the perfect pearl that would make him wealthy. His obsession grew until he could think of nothing else. One night, as he sat dejected on the shore, an old sage approached him. "What do you seek?" the sage asked. "The perfect pearl," Marcus replied. The sage handed him a mirror and said, "Look closely." As Marcus gazed at his reflection in the moonlight, he saw his own heart glowing like the most precious pearl ever formed. In that moment, he understood. He himself was the treasure he had been seeking. Take a moment now to sit in stillness with paper and pen. Look deeply into your life and identify 5 forms of wealth you already possess. Perhaps it's the wisdom gained from experience, the love of family, the strength of your body, the skills you've mastered, or the peace in your heart. Write these treasures down, acknowledging each one as a form of true wealth. Feel the abundance these gifts bring to your life. As you recognize these existing riches, watch how the universe begins to reflect this awareness through increased financial flow. For in truth, you are like the king who searched endlessly for what was already his. The wealth you seek has never left you. It simply awaits your recognition. Part 3. The Embodiment of Wealth Mastery. Chapter 21. The Art of Embodying Wealth. In a village nestled among rolling hills lived Ibrahim, a skilled blacksmith known for his relentless pursuit of gold. Day after day, he hammered metal, trading his crafts for coins, always searching for more. Though his work brought him modest wealth, the abundance he yearned for remained elusive. One night, as Ibrahim worked late in his forge, an ancient metallurgist appeared at his door. The stranger watched Ibrahim's precise movements and said, "You seek gold, yet you remain separate from it. To find what you seek, you must become the fire that melts the gold." Confused, Ibrahim asked for clarity, but the metallurgist simply smiled and added, "The fire does not chase the metal. It transforms it through its very nature." Through months of contemplation, Ibrahim began to understand. He stopped chasing wealth and instead focused on becoming wealth itself. His entire being shifted. The way he moved, spoke, and worked became an expression of abundance. Soon his forge became known as a place where metal transformed into art, and wealth flowed to him naturally. You too must understand this fundamental truth. Wealth is not something you pursue, but something you become. When you shift from seeking to embodying, the universe responds differently to your presence. This transformation requires more than mere action. It demands a complete realignment of your being. Your thoughts must not merely think of wealth, but emanate it. Your feelings must not yearn for abundance, but radiate it. Your actions must not chase prosperity, but express it. This is the art of becoming the fire that melts the gold. Consider the metamorphosis of the butterfly. A caterpillar does not simply act like a butterfly. It undergoes a complete transformation in the chrysalis. Within this sacred space, every cell of its being reorganizes until it emerges as an entirely new creature. Your transformation into wealth consciousness requires similar dedication. You must enter your own chrysalis of consciousness, allowing every aspect of your being to align with the frequency of abundance. Practice. The Wealth Embodiment Ritual. Stand before a mirror in a quiet space. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your body to relax and your energy to center. Look into your own eyes and observe your current state of being. Now, slowly shift your posture to embody wealth. Let your shoulders roll back, your spine lengthen, and your chest open. Feel dignity and abundance flowing through every cell of your body. With unwavering certainty, speak these words while maintaining eye contact with yourself. I am wealth. Feel these words resonate through your entire being. Let them transform your energy, your presence, your very essence. Hold this state for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully embody the truth of these words. Practice this ritual each morning for 21 days, becoming more and more the living embodiment of wealth itself. Let each session deepen your connection to abundance, strengthening your identity as a being of infinite prosperity. As the days progress, you will notice subtle shifts in how you carry yourself, how others respond to you, and how naturally opportunities for wealth begin flowing into your life. This is not mere pretense. You are awakening to your true, abundant nature. Chapter 22. Living as the Wealth Magnet. In a distant valley where ancient wisdom still whispers through the wind, lived a hermit named Elias. The villagers spoke of his peculiar gift. Wherever he walked, dormant trees would suddenly burst into bloom, bearing the sweetest fruits anyone had tasted. He never planted seeds nor tended gardens, yet abundance followed his every step. The mystery of Elias's gift lay not in what he did, but in what he had become. Through years of inner cultivation, he had transformed himself into a living conductor of nature's abundance. His presence alone was enough to activate the dormant potential in everything around him. You too possess this same capacity to become a living magnet for wealth. Just as Elias's presence awakened the abundance within trees, your presence can activate the flow of wealth in your environment. This power emerges not from what you do, but from what you are. The universe responds to your energetic signature. When you radiate the frequency of abundance, you naturally draw wealth toward you. Each thought you think, word you speak, and action you take either strengthens or weakens this magnetic field. Consider the tale of the eternal lantern that stood atop the mountain pass. This simple lamp glowed with such pure, unwavering light that travelers from miles away found themselves drawn to its warmth and safety. The lantern never moved, never called out, never tried to be seen. It simply shone with its true nature, and in doing so, fulfilled its purpose perfectly. Your role in the great dance of abundance is similar. As you cultivate your inner wealth consciousness, you become like this lantern, naturally drawing opportunities, resources, and prosperity toward you through the pure radiance of your being. The magnetic presence exercise. Begin by finding a quiet moment each morning. Close your eyes and visualize a golden light emanating from your heart center. Feel this light expanding outward, creating a luminous field of wealth energy around your entire being. As you move through your day, maintain awareness of this golden aura. Whether you're walking down the street, engaging in conversation, or conducting business, imagine this field of abundance touching everything and everyone around you. With each breath, silently affirm, "I am a living magnet for wealth." Feel how this truth resonates through your entire energy field, strengthening your natural abundance-attracting presence. Carry this practice with you in all your daily activities. Let your wealth consciousness radiate naturally, without force or effort, just as Elias's presence effortlessly awakened abundance in the trees. Trust that your energy field is now perfectly attuned to attract prosperity, just as a flower naturally draws the warmth of sunlight. You need not strain or struggle. Simply allow your inner light to shine forth, touching all those who cross your path with its transformative power. Like ripples expanding across still waters, your abundance consciousness will create waves of positive change in the world around you. Chapter 23, The Law of Momentum. In the heart of an ancient valley, there lived a farmer named Ibrahim who understood a truth that had eluded many before him. One spring morning, he planted a single golden seed in fertile soil. The villagers mocked his seeming foolishness, spending an entire day preparing the ground for just one seed. Years passed, and that single seed grew into a magnificent tree bearing the sweetest fruit in the land. Each season, Ibrahim collected its seeds and planted them with the same careful attention. After a decade, where once stood a single seed, now flourished an entire orchard, providing abundance not only for Ibrahim, but for the entire village. You hold within you the same power to create exponential growth in your wealth. Like Ibrahim's seed, every thought, action, and choice you make regarding money contains within it the potential for multiplication. This is the law of momentum, a universal principle as old as time itself. When you align your actions with this law, wealth grows not in a linear fashion but exponentially. Each step builds upon the last, creating a force of momentum that, once set in motion, becomes unstoppable. High in the snow-capped mountains lived a wise woman who taught this principle through a simple demonstration. She would take a small ball of snow and place it at the mountain's peak. With just a gentle push, the snowball began its descent. As it rolled, it gathered more snow, growing larger and larger until it became an unstoppable force of nature. Your wealth follows this same pattern. Small, consistent actions, when aligned with universal law, create a momentum that transforms modest beginnings into magnificent results. Just as the snowball needed no extra force once it began rolling, wealth requires only your initial committed action and patient trust in the process. Select one small action that you can perform daily without fail. This might be saving a specific amount, no matter how small, studying wealth principles for 10 minutes, or expressing gratitude for the abundance already present in your life. Choose this action carefully, ensuring it is small enough to be sustainable, yet meaningful enough to create real change. Write your chosen action in a sacred book, marking this moment as the planting of your wealth seed. For the next 30 days, perform this action with the same devotion Ibrahim showed to his single seed. As you do, visualize the momentum building, like the snowball gathering mass as it rolls down the mountain. Trust that each small action compounds, creating an unstoppable force of abundance in your life. Remember, the mightiest trees grow from the smallest seeds, and the greatest fortunes begin with a single choice, repeated with unwavering consistency. Just as a towering oak emerges from an acorn no larger than your fingertip, your path to abundance starts with one deliberate action, performed faithfully day after day. Nature herself teaches that magnificent achievements do not require grand gestures, only patient dedication to the smallest of beginnings. Chapter 24. The Power of Decision. At the crossing of two ancient trade routes stood Marcus, a merchant known throughout the land. Before him stretched two paths, one well-worn and familiar, the other untraveled but shimmering with possibility. As the sun cast long shadows across the earth, Marcus remained frozen, unable to choose. While he hesitated, other merchants passed him by, each making their choice without delay. By nightfall, Marcus still stood at the crossroads, his opportunity lost to the setting sun. You stand at similar crossroads each day, though you may not realize it. Every moment presents a choice: to think, speak, and act either from abundance or from lack. These choices, seemingly small, shape the very fabric of your financial destiny. The universe responds not to your wishes but to your decisions. When you hesitate between paths, you create an energetic stagnation that prevents wealth from flowing to you. Like water that cannot flow through a blocked stream, abundance cannot reach those who stand immobilized by indecision. In the distant kingdom of Aurea, there lived two men who frequented the horse races. The first, consumed by fear of choosing wrongly, placed small bets on every horse, believing this would guarantee his victory. The second studied carefully, made one clear choice, and placed his entire trust in that decision. Day after day, the first man's scattered choices led to consistent losses, while the second man's focused decisions brought him great wealth. This tale illuminates a vital truth. Wealth flows not to those who try to choose every path, but to those who choose one path with clarity and conviction. Your ability to make clear, decisive choices aligned with abundance determines your financial destiny. Each choice you make either opens or closes the channels through which wealth flows. When you choose from fear, doubt, or scarcity, you close these channels. When you choose from confidence, clarity, and abundance, you open them wide. Now take your journal and inscribe within it 5 significant financial decisions from your past. Examine each one carefully, noting the energy from which you made these choices. Did you choose from fear or faith? From scarcity or abundance? From clarity or confusion? Identify the patterns in your decision-making. Notice how choices made from abundance led to greater wealth, while those made from lack created limitation. Then, make a sacred commitment to yourself. From this day forward, you will make all choices from a place of wealthy consciousness. Each morning for the next 7 days, sit in silence and ask yourself, what wealthy choice will I make today? Let your inner wisdom guide you to decisions that align with abundance. Write these choices in your journal, and at day's end, reflect on how you honored these commitments. Remember, wealth does not come to those who wait at the crossroads. It flows to those who choose their path with unwavering clarity and walk it with absolute conviction. Chapter 25. The Circle of Wealth. In a kingdom long forgotten by time, there lived a wise ruler named Solomon. Unlike other kings who measured their wealth by what they possessed, Solomon discovered a remarkable truth through an unexpected experience. One autumn, when his coffers overflowed with gold, he felt moved by an inner voice to share his abundance with his people. His advisors warned against such generosity, claiming the kingdom would fall into poverty. Yet Solomon, guided by ancient wisdom, distributed gold coins to every household in his realm. To everyone's amazement, as the people began trading, creating, and prospering with their gifts, the kingdom's wealth multiplied tenfold within a season. You must understand that wealth follows the natural law of circulation. Like breath that must be both inhaled and exhaled, wealth must flow both in and out to maintain its vital force. When you grasp this truth, you unlock one of the universe's most powerful secrets. Giving is the surest path to receiving. Consider the tale of Sarah, a humble gardener who lived in a small village during a time of scarcity. While others hoarded their precious seeds, Sarah felt called to share hers with her neighbors. Many thought her foolish, but when harvest time came, something miraculous occurred. The scattered seeds had cross-pollinated, creating stronger plants, and her neighbors' gratitude manifested in countless ways. Her harvest grew beyond measure, not just in crops, but in unexpected blessings that flowed back to her. The universe operates through this principle of multiplication. Every act of giving creates a vacuum that must be filled. When you give with an open heart, free from expectation but full of positive intention, you set in motion forces that return to you multiplied. This wisdom lies not in the act of giving itself, but in the consciousness behind it. Giving from fear or obligation creates more lack. Giving from abundance and joy creates more abundance. The key lies in your intention and the feeling behind your giving. Choose a sum of money that feels comfortable yet meaningful to you. It might be a single coin or a larger amount. The size matters less than the intention behind it. Hold this money in your hands and infuse it with your highest intentions for abundance. Give this money to someone who would benefit from it, or place it where it will be found. As you give, silently affirm, "I give freely," knowing the universe returns all gifts multiplied. In your wealth journal, record the date, amount, and circumstances of your giving. Then, remain alert to how this energy returns to you. It may come through unexpected channels, a surprise opportunity, a gift, or a financial blessing. Note these returns in your journal, observing how the law of multiplication works in your life. Chapter 26. The Wealth Vow. In a distant realm where honor and destiny intertwined, lived a knight named Marcus. Though skilled in combat, he faced defeat after defeat until one moonlit night he knelt before an ancient stone altar. There he spoke words that would forever alter his path. "I vow my life and sword to victory." From that moment, an inexplicable power coursed through his being, transforming him into an unconquerable force. Your journey to wealth requires a similar sacred commitment. When you declare your intentions to the universe through a solemn vow, you activate forces beyond ordinary understanding. This act of commitment burns away doubt and hesitation, leaving only unwavering certainty in its wake. The power of a vow lies not in the words themselves, but in the spiritual contract they represent. By making a formal declaration of your commitment to abundance, you align every fiber of your being with wealth consciousness. Your subconscious mind, hearing this proclamation, begins to arrange all thoughts and actions in service of your vowed intention. Consider the tale of Ibrahim, a sailor who stood at the helm of his ship and proclaimed, "I shall find the treasure that calls to my soul." Through storms and calm, through doubt and fear, his vow remained unbroken. When others abandoned their quests, Ibrahim's commitment guided him true, leading him at last to shores of untold riches. Your vow becomes an anchor in moments of doubt, a lighthouse in storms of uncertainty. It transforms casual desire into unshakable purpose, mere wishes into absolute certainty. Find a moment of solitude as the sun rises. Take a fresh piece of parchment or paper, and a pen that flows smoothly. Light a candle if you wish, creating an atmosphere of ceremony. At the top of your scroll, write Nam I, your name, hereby declare my sacred commitment to abundance. Below this, write your personal vow of commitment to wealth. Let the words flow from your heart, stating clearly and powerfully your dedication to abundance. Your vow might begin, I solemnly vow to open myself fully to the infinite abundance of the universe. Sign and date your declaration. As you sign, feel the weight and power of this moment. This is not merely writing, it is a binding commitment between you and the universal forces of abundance. Roll your scroll and tie it with a ribbon. Place it in a special location where you can see it daily, perhaps near your bed or meditation space. Each morning, touch your scroll and renew your vow silently, feeling its power strengthen within you. Chapter 27. Wealth as a State of Being. In the valleys of the Himalayas, where ancient wisdom echoes through time, a student approached the wise master Rajan with questions of wealth. Master, the student asked, how can I have great wealth? The master smiled, his eyes twinkling with understanding. You speak of having when you should speak of being, he replied. You do not have wealth. You are wealth. The student's confusion melted into revelation, as Rajan explained that a flower does not try to be beautiful, it simply is beauty itself. This truth lies at the heart of your transformation. Wealth is not something external to acquire, but rather your natural state of being. When you understand this, everything changes. Your relationship with money transforms from pursuit to expression, from seeking to embodying. Think of how water doesn't try to flow. Flowing is its nature. Similarly, abundance isn't something you chase. It's what you are. Your task is not to become wealthy, but to remember that you are wealth itself. In a distant forest, a young lion raised among sheep believed himself to be one of them. He grazed on grass and bleated softly, unaware of his true nature. One day, gazing into a still pool, he saw his reflection, the magnificent mane, the powerful form, the eyes of a king. In that moment of recognition, his true identity awakened. He didn't learn to be a lion. He remembered he had always been one. Like this lion, you have forgotten your true nature. You are not a seeker of wealth. You are wealth expressing itself through human form. Every cell of your being resonates with abundance. Every breath you take is an expression of infinite prosperity. Stand before a mirror each morning for the next 21 days. Look deeply into your own eyes. Place your hand over your heart and speak these words with authority. I am wealth. Feel this truth vibrating through your entire being. Allow your posture to reflect this knowing, shoulders back, head high, breathing deep and steady. As you speak these words, embody the energy of wealth. Feel abundance flowing through every cell. Let your eyes shine with the certainty of this truth. Your voice should carry the power of absolute knowing. Repeat this affirmation 3 times, each time allowing the feeling to deepen. This is not a mere exercise in positive thinking. It is a remembering of what you have always been. Remember, you are not trying to convince yourself of something new or force yourself to believe in a foreign concept. You are simply awakening to what has always been true, what has existed within you since the beginning of time. You are wealth itself, pure abundance expressing through human form. Like a wave rising from the infinite ocean of prosperity, you are merely becoming conscious of your true nature. Chapter 28. Beyond Money. In the heart of a bustling marketplace, a merchant named Hassan pursued wealth with singular focus. Each morning he would count his gold pieces, seeking only to increase their number. His quest for gold consumed him so completely that he failed to notice the sweet fragrance of jasmine that filled his garden, or the laughter of his children as they played beneath the olive trees. Yet the universe in its infinite wisdom had other plans for Hassan. One morning as he rushed to the marketplace, he stumbled upon an injured bird. Something stirred within him, a forgotten tenderness. He took the bird home, nursing it back to health. In caring for this tiny creature, Hassan discovered a different kind of richness. His children gathered around, their eyes bright with wonder. His wife's smile, unseen for so long, warmed their home once again. Wealth flows in countless streams, not just through the narrow channel of gold and silver. It manifests as the vitality that courses through your veins, the love that fills your heart, the wisdom that illuminates your mind. These treasures, often overlooked, form the true measure of abundance. Consider the tale of Elias, a humble shepherd who lost one prized sheep. Obsessed with finding it, he searched the hills for days. When he finally returned home defeated, he discovered his remaining flock had multiplied threefold. In his absence, nature had worked its quiet magic, bringing forth new life and abundance. You too may be fixated on one form of wealth while overlooking the vast abundance already present in your life. The breath in your lungs is wealth. The ability to think, to create, to love. These are treasures beyond measure. Your relationships, skills, and experiences form a tapestry of richness that no amount of gold could purchase. Take now your journal and create your wealth inventory. List every non-monetary form of abundance present in your life. Begin with your physical gifts, your health, your senses, your ability to move and experience the world. Add your relationships, family, friends, mentors, and those who support your journey. Include your skills and talents, both those you use daily and those yet untapped. Note your experiences, your memories, your dreams, and your potential. As you write, feel gratitude for each form of wealth. Let this exercise open your eyes to the true nature of abundance, not as something to be chased, but as a force that already flows through every aspect of your existence. Through this practice, you will begin to see that you are not merely seeking wealth. You are already immersed in it. Like a fish that searches for water while swimming in the ocean, you need only recognize the abundance that surrounds you. Chapter 29, Infinite Wealth. In a distant land there lived a man named Karim who believed with absolute certainty that only one well existed in the vast desert. Each day, he would make the arduous journey to this well, carefully rationing his water, living in constant fear that the well might run dry. Other travelers spoke of abundant springs and hidden oases, but Karim dismissed these tales as mere fantasy. One day, while digging deeper near his precious well, Karim's shovel struck something unexpected. Water began seeping through the earth, first as tiny droplets, then as a steady stream. As he continued to dig, he uncovered an underground river, flowing with such force and vitality that it transformed the barren landscape into a lush oasis. You too may believe that wealth exists only in limited quantities, that there is only so much to go around. Yet this belief, like Karim's conviction about the single well, stems from an illusion. The universe operates on principles of infinite abundance. Just as rivers flow endlessly, replenished by an eternal cycle, wealth exists in unlimited supply. In the marketplace of Damascus, there stood a remarkable tree that defied the seasons. While other trees bore fruit once a year, this tree flowered and produced fruit in every season. A traveler named Malik discovered this tree and learned its secret. The tree drew from an endless source of nourishment beneath the earth, connecting to a vast network of underground streams. The wealth you seek flows like these eternal waters. There is no limit to what you can receive, no boundary to what you can manifest. When you release the belief in scarcity, you tap into the infinite flow of universal abundance, the practice of infinite supply. Find a quiet space where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize a mighty river flowing before you, its waters crystal clear and endless. This river represents the infinite supply of wealth available to you. Notice how it flows without beginning or end, constantly renewed by an eternal source. Step into this river of abundance. Feel its cool waters flowing around you, through you. With each breath, absorb the knowing that this flow is eternal, unlimited, and always available. Stay with this vision for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully embody the feeling of infinite supply. Practice this visualization daily, preferably in the first moments after waking when your mind is most receptive to spiritual truths. Let the pure sensation of unlimited abundance infuse your entire being, flowing through every cell of your body like the crystal waters themselves. Remember, just as the river never questions whether there will be more water, never doubts its eternal source, you need never question whether there will be more abundance. The infinite supply that feeds the cosmic river of prosperity flows through you, around you, sustaining you always in its endless dance of giving and receiving. Chapter 30. The Legacy of Wealth. In the ancient city of Ur, there lived a master builder named Ibrahim, who understood a truth that few others grasped. While other builders created structures meant to last decades, Ibrahim's vision extended far beyond his own lifetime. With each stone he laid, he whispered prayers of permanence, embedding within the foundation not just physical strength, but spiritual fortitude. You hold within you the same power as Ibrahim, the ability to create wealth that transcends time itself. Just as his temple has stood for a millennium, your legacy of abundance can echo through the ages, touching lives yet unborn. The eternal laws of wealth creation reveal that true abundance grows stronger with each generation, like a mighty oak whose roots deepen with every passing season. Your present actions plant seeds that will bloom into forests of prosperity for those who follow in your footsteps. In a valley blessed by eternal springs, there lived a woman named Amira, who understood this principle deeply. While others planted only enough for their immediate needs, she envisioned an orchard that would feed generations. Each sapling she placed in the earth carried her dreams of future abundance. Years passed, and though Amira grew old, her orchard flourished. Her children's children gathered beneath trees she had planted, their branches heavy with fruit, their roots deep in the soil of her foresight. You stand now at a similar crossroads. The wealth you build today can either serve only your immediate desires or branch out across time, nurturing those who will carry your legacy forward. Every decision you make, every investment you pursue, carries the potential to echo through generations. True legacy wealth transcends mere monetary value. It encompasses wisdom passed down, values instilled, and opportunities created. Like Ibrahim's temple and Amira's orchard, it stands as a testament to the power of thinking beyond oneself. Legacy wealth practice. Find a quiet moment as the sun sets, symbolizing the passing of time. Take a blank piece of parchment and at its top write, "My legacy of abundance." Close your eyes and envision your descendants 7 generations from now. What gifts of prosperity will they inherit from the seeds you plant today? Write your legacy wealth plan, describing in detail how you will create lasting abundance. Include not just financial investments, but the wisdom, skills, and values you will pass down. Consider how your current actions will ripple through time, touching lives yet unborn. Seal this document with your signature and keep it where you can review it daily. Let it serve as a reminder that you build not just for today, but for all the tomorrows yet to come. Like Ibrahim's temple and Amira's orchard, your legacy of abundance will stand as a testament to the power of generational thinking, creating waves of prosperity that flow endlessly through time. Conclusion. In ancient times, a wanderer named Karim journeyed across vast deserts and treacherous mountains, searching endlessly for the legendary Fountain of Fortune. For 40 years, he traveled from village to village, seeking wisdom from sages and studying sacred texts, convinced that wealth lay somewhere beyond the horizon. One evening, as he rested beside a crystal-clear pool, Karim caught sight of his reflection in the water. In that moment, a profound truth washed over him. The wealth he had spent his life pursuing had been within him all along. His decades of seeking had merely been a journey back to himself. You have walked a similar path through these pages, uncovering truths that have transformed your understanding of wealth. Like Karim, you may have begun this journey believing that abundance was something to find out there. Now you recognize that you are the source of all wealth, a living, breathing money magnet. The knowledge you now possess was once hidden from the masses, preserved by those who understood its power. You have learned that wealth is not a destination, but a frequency, not a pursuit, but a presence, not something to chase, but something to embody. Through these teachings, you have awakened to your true nature. You understand now that abundance flows not to you, but through you. Every principle, every practice, every parable has served to activate the dormant wealth consciousness that existed within you from the beginning. As you close these pages, know that you stand transformed. The ancient wisdom you have absorbed has altered your energetic signature. Wealth recognizes you now as its natural channel, flowing to you with effortless grace. You have become what you sought, a living embodiment of abundance. Yet with this knowledge comes responsibility. Just as these teachings found their way to you, they seek to reach others through you. Your transformed presence will naturally inspire those around you to question their own relationship with wealth. Share these truths with those who show themselves ready, for wisdom multiplies when shared. Remember, wealth flows to you now and forever, not because you have learned something new, but because you have remembered something eternal. You are, and have always been, wealth itself. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.